Hey there, Jared Poole here, otherwise known as Creature Tech over in Discord and Reddit, and welcome to another behind-the-scenes look at Dauntless. Today we're going to be looking at Dauntless Reforged and the work that went into that major update. We reimagined a lot of how the Shattered Isles functioned and what is available there for you, and we thought it would be a great time to take a look behind the scenes at what went into that process. So without further ado, let's just get into it.
So when we started thinking of what we were going to do with the new islands, we had 18 islands to fill, and the idea was to make each island epic and have a story behind it. Every island had a concept behind it. It also had a special behemoth. So we tried to match those two concepts and make sure that every island that you step on felt different. We will have a raging storm in the middle of the map, or we will have meteorites falling. We will have embers flowing to signify burning forest next to you. The hunt will be way more epic as you progress. My favorite atmosphere is definitely the Shock Island. It was the new biome that we created for hunting grounds, and it's a little bit of the baby of the environment team because it's the island that we started with. We wanted to make sure that the new biome felt pretty exciting, and having a storm in the middle of everything gave it a completely different feel than what we have had so far.
For Shock Island, the core themes were definitely danger. That was like one of the main things. So there's one with a tornado and one without the tornado. In the non-tornado one, it was more of an arid style map, and we wanted to make you feel calm, but still like have a sense of mystery of what's happening here, what's going on, because there's these giant fulgurite green arches. Later on, when you progress, there's this giant tornado that's just ripping lightning bolts, and it's creating these actual fulgurite arches throughout the ears. The fulgurite itself is more of like kind of glass, and we thought it would be cool to stylize those within a Dauntless environment. How did we account for player movement since we introduced gliders? That was actually really tough, to be totally honest. We were working in parallel with the design to make sure that we knew kind of the parameters set by the gliders themselves, like how far they could travel, etc. And then we can actually go in and start adding either death volumes or saying these rocks can be this far across because we know you'll make it. It was a challenge, but it was also very fun to create these, we call them glider gyms, where you can go up and explore and have like a really good time finding patrol chests or other gatherables. I feel like our game has a very colorful nature to it, and I really wanted to make that pop more with the environments. I went a little bit hard on one of the islands, the purple umbral with the fire embers. I was just kind of like, I just want to go full purple. Let's go. I grew up in the desert, and I would love to see these nighttime sunsets. I thought that was a really, really cool contrast, and the colors themselves I felt were really nice. I liked them a lot.
So some of our goals around the Reforged system when we started thinking about it was, first of all, adding a little bit more progression straight up to weapons themselves. So players could build a lot more identity, have longer term goals they wanted to chase, as well as kind of laying the foundation for a system that we can add on to. My favorite aspect of Reforged, really, like looking back, is the Slayer's Path. I think it's such a cool system and screen, and I haven't really seen a lot of other games that encourage, through a progression system, both unlocking features and content and power and letting you kind of choose to do it in the way that you want to. I have big aspirations for where that will go over time. It's something I really love, and I love to see where we've taken it even visually over the last few patches.
Our main goals for the Reforged loop were to get players going through the world over and over again, and we wanted to give players just a fresh experience, a way to just loop through the game, get to the end, Reforge, get a really powerful Aether Heart, a really powerful currency. That's where your endgame progression would be. When we set out to make the hunting grounds, we always envisioned it as a really social way to play the game, so we never envisioned putting private queues into that mode. But based on community feedback, this is highly valued by a lot of players, and we listen. We're going to put it back in. I think it'll just be a better experience for all types of players.
Thank you so much for watching. We're going to have more videos like this in the future, so be sure to follow and like and subscribe, ring that bell, whatever you do on YouTube. We're going to be covering Urska next and the development there. And if you want to join in on the conversation, which I highly recommend, head over to our Discord and Reddit. And you can also find us on social media, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We have all the usual things. And until next time, happy hunting and clear skies.